Welcome to the webinar on Introduction of Commodities Indices. Welcome address will be there by our President, Mr. Narendra. Then the theme of today's webinar, our Chief Mentor, Mr. Ashok Agarwal, will be deliberating on that. The Managing Director of Mr. Reddy. After that, Mr. Rishi Nathani, the Chief Business Officers, will give details of thing and how this will be working. We have a specialist, Mr. Vikram Dhawan, the Head of Commodities and Fund Manager, Nippon India Mutual Fund. He will be giving his opinion after that. And then we will request the 4 zonal chairmen to say few words, 2 minutes each. In Mathur from West, Mr. Akhilesh Agarwal from South, and Mr. Dheeraj from will be given by our incoming President, Mr. Virendra Mansukh, and Shah, the Vice President of CPAI. So, without wasting any time, I straight away hand over to Mr. Narendra Wadhwaji, our National President, who is not only active, but we have seen that in last 2 months, under his guidance, we are able to do 10 webinars, few along with PhD, and we were able to do 9 meetings with also the senior management of all the exchanges, both depositories, 3 SEBI, and 1 with Government of India. I will like also to mention that very shortly office, the Secretariat of the Finance Minister has consented that Finance Minister will be doing it from her residence or office by pressing of a button. The date of that, they will be conveying to us in next 2-3 days. Over to you, Mr. Narendra Wadhwa, the National President, CPAI.
Thank you, Sabarwalji. Good evening, everyone. Shri Reddy ji, Rishi ji, Mr. Vikram Dhawan, Head Commodities, Nippon AMC, Ashok Agarwal ji, our mentor and respected members. आपका बहुत स्वागत है आज के वेबिनार में. I sincerely thank Reddy ji, Rishi ji, and our eminent guest, Mr. Dhawan, to join us today and interact with our members in this webinar. I congratulate you, sir, Reddy ji, on introduction of indices on commodities. Today's webinar is on that only and opportunities ahead in commodity sphere. On behalf of CPI, I also thank everyone for attending this webinar on the introduction of commodities indices and opportunities in indices and commodities. CPI wants to associate with MCX and do joint programs in coming months for awareness of new contracts on indices and training our members. CPI is always committed to enhance the value of markets and continuously working towards making it transparent, safe, and vibrant. Our aim is always to bring together regulator, exchanges, industry experts, and member of the exchanges, and other value chain participants to share their views and perspective. Sir, we are eager to listen to you, our respectable eminent speakers today. What are the opportunities these indices will provide to the members and whole commodities ecosystem? We also We also want to hear what should we expect from MCX product basket in coming days. There are media coverage last week on SEBI not allowing cross margins for the time being. Sir, my small request, we have already written to SEBI on the cross margin benefit in indices and underline in July. We'll again follow it up with the SEBI. We want exchange also to write on this line. I'll not take much time. I once again thank you, Reddy ji, and congratulate to the MCX team on launching of much awaited commodity indices. I wish you all the success for these contracts. I assure you our member support to make it successful. Thank you. Over to you, Sabharwal ji.
Sabharwal ji, you are mute.
Please unmute
yourself.
Thank you, Mr. Wadhwa. And now I am Ashok Agarwal, our chief mentor. Mr. Ashok Agarwal doesn't require any, but I will like to mention that being a chartered accountant, and then he was director of exchange and chairman of Federation of Indian Stock Exchanges also, and is the largest clearing member of the country. Over to you, Mr. Ashok Agarwal.
Thank you, Sabharwal ji. Sri Reddy ji, Sri Rishi Nithani ji, Mr. Vikram Dhawan, our guest, our President Sri Narendra Wadhwa ji, our Additional President Sri Virendra Mansukhani ji, past President Sri Shiv Kumar Goyal ji, all the office bearers of our association and members. So, you know, I'll be brief. Commodity exchanges started in 2003. And I think we have come a long way. In 2015, SEBI became the regulator. And when SEBI came into regulating the exchanges, you know, SEBI is supposed to be one of the most efficient and respected regulator in the world. So we identified the problem of the market and the problem of the intermediary, etc. So SEBI, you know, one of the problem was fungibility of margin. Fungibility of margin between equity and commodities. So SEBI allowed the broking entities to trade commodities in their equity entity. So broking and equity and commodity were allowed to be traded in one entity. Similarly, they allowed the concept of universal exchange. So exchanges were allowed to trade both commodity and equity. Again, the problem was of widening the participation base. So PMS were not allowed, banks were not allowed, FPIs were not allowed. So SEBI allowed PMS, SEBI allowed AIF, SEBI allowed eligible foreign entity, SEBI allowed even bank subsidiaries to trade in commodities. Again, the next problem was widening the product basket. So we only had commodity futures. So SEBI allowed options in commodity futures first, and then options in goods. And options in index was one of the pending reform in the commodity market. And I think now this option in indexes and option in bullion is one of the product which was badly needed, which was a requirement of the market. And I like to congratulate Mr. Reddy, Mr. Nathani and the exchange that they are launching it on 16th of August, I think. Sorry, 26th of August. Yeah. So, of course, the composition is around 70% gold and 30% silver. I mean, of course, depending on the price. So I think it's a excellent product because, you know, now we have 100% delivery product. So if you buy gold, you have to take delivery of gold. If you sell gold, you have to sell, you have to give delivery of gold. But in index, it is cash settled. So the problem of delivery is not there. Indexes are supposed to be highly liquid, and it can be used as a tool for hedging. So whether you are a jeweler, whether you are an importer, whether you are an exporter, or you are a arbitrator or a market participant, or even an individual, indexes can be a great tool for hedging without the botheration of delivery. So I think it's a great product. Of course, as Vadvaji said, cross margining is a must. You know, in equity market, if you trade in index and you have a position in underlying, you are allowed the benefit of cross margining. And SEBI, I mean, CPI has written to SEBI that cross margining benefits should be allowed. And we are planning to take it up at the highest level, that this benefit should be there. So of course, along with Mr. Reddy and exchanges, we will talk to SEBI, and hopefully the margin benefit will be allowed. But besides that, I'll just like to highlight one more point. You know, we are a commodity exchange, and commodity is given as a margin. So I can give gold as a margin, I can give silver as a margin. But I think there are limits on total commodity that I can give as a margin. And the limit is 100 crore. And individually, the limit is 50 crore silver and 100 crore gold. And there is an overall total limit of 100 crore commodity. In equity market, you can give 50% margin by way of shares. So, and this limit, Mr. Reddy, was fixed in, I think, much earlier. And after that, the rates have gone up maybe 3 times. The volumes and the open interest have gone up substantially. So this 100 crore limit and 50 crore limit in silver, it is putting a big, you know, it's a big problem. So, you know, you must be having around 200 tons of silver on your exchange in delivery. And many members, they are not able to use that as a margin. So as an exchange where all these products are traded, I think the margin limit should be revised substantially. Because otherwise, you know, it will create a problem. I mean, we are starting index trading, and if we are not able to give gold or silver as a margin, it will be a problem. So I think that is something which you can tackle at your level, and you can tackle it at the earliest. But I think it's a great product, and I think we all should make sure that this product is liquid and this product is working. It is in our interest, and of course, it is in the interest of the commodity exchange. So best of luck, and I think it should be a great success. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ashwarbal, and the chief guest for the today, the managing director of the MCX, who the mentioned, because almost with every member he has interacted as the managing director of the managing director and CEO of the CDSL. Over 35 years of experience in industry, he is today a veteran. Over to you, Mr. Reddy.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thanks to CPI, thanks to Narendra ji, Sabharwal ji, Ashok ji, and Mr. Vikram, Sunil, and Mr. Mansukhani, and other seniors, Ajay Garg, and grateful to all of you for organizing this particular event. Yes, usually member brokers and the clients are interested in having cash settled contracts, and they generally prefer. I have seen it over the years, and I'm sure this product also will fly much the same way as they have done for many other cash settled contracts. While I am almost 1.5 years or into this, or maybe 1 year and 3 months into this commodities markets, the more I get well into it, I think we need to develop this market, and there's no need to have competition between exchanges, and each exchange can design a new product. Each exchange can choose a particular commodity line and do some research in it, and do some kind of what should I say, the initial or groundwork that is needed should be done and then introduced. Now, one such product that we have chosen is this particular thing, that indices, and we have a long history of also the prices for these products. So we have launched these indices, and 3 years data has been kept on the website, and you can download it freely and see how the indices are behaving. And if you see, I was told that almost all the returns, recorded returns, are about 34% during January to July and 16% during 2019. And that's a very good number, you know, by any stretch of imagination. Second, the other thing what I was impressed about is the Futures Industry Association has put out some numbers during Jan to June. Okay, this year the commodity derivatives trading has increased across the world about 35%. In Asia Pacific region, the trading volumes are over 30%. So that is the kind of growth that the industry has seen. And yes, the negative pricing in crude oil again has spooked the sentiment for some time, but it's returning to normalcy. And I'm sure many participants will again come back to these counters, which temporarily they have shunned it. And with respect to negative pricing, we have already introduced the IT application change sometime on 27th of July, and now it is running very smoothly. There's absolutely no issue on that front. Coming back to the new products that we are planning to introduce, of course, we introduced the option on goods, and we have introduced a 100-gram gold bar, and we are introducing what you call LES, because competition has chosen that this is the easiest thing that we can do, like snatch away the liquidity. Maybe that was intended. So they introduced LES, so we too not to be left behind. In this case, we are introducing rather LES in gold options. One good thing that can happen is we have a vibrant futures contract underlying, and which again is a 100-gram gold contract, and people will be able to take the cross margin benefit both in option contract versus the futures contract. And obviously it will be a portfolio based margining that will happen. And we hope that all the member participants will actively participate even in the gold option contract. Then comes the development of what we call the physical market, integration with the physical market. Currently, our MCX is seen that we are always referring to international brands, international prices, but not the domestic prices and domestic brands. And thanks to SEBI, last year onwards, all our contracts, metal contracts, are settled on domestic prices and spot prices. So we thought we should also bring in more and more physical market players onto the platform. One way is to make domestic brands acceptable on the exchange platform. So we started with lead, and lead is one product where 80% plus commodity is a recycled lead, and that is recycled to the standard of a primary lead chemical composition wise primary lead. So we have started that process, and maybe in the next 3 to 4 months time, you will see MCX brands in lead being delivered on the exchange platform. That will bring in more players, and member brokers will also will get more business in the sense of the term that more and more domestic players will hedging on the exchange platform for this purpose, at least in this product. As we go along, we will introduce other base metals also. The second thing that we are doing is, at this point in time, even the gold also, bullion contract, in the bullion contract, especially the 100-gram gold, we propose to introduce domestic refiners gold and silver to be delivered on the exchange platform. To begin with, we will start with the gold 100 grams, and we have started the empanelment process. This involves the technical audit, financial audit, and responsible sourcing. And so is for lead. Of course, there won't be any responsible sourcing, but that will be there. Both the financial audit, the technical audit, and the testers audit. We are going to send the metal to the actual users, consumers, who will be actually assessing the quality of it, and in their application, and certify, yes, this quality of the lead is good enough for delivery on the exchange platform. Now, why I'm saying these things is that the more we wanted to integrate ourselves more and more with the physical market players. So tomorrow, as I said in the past also, tomorrow it should be seen that traded price on MCX is the price in the market, and our sloganeering will not go as a sloganeering. Trade in India and price in India will become a reality sooner than later. And only these measures can happen, and with which this kind of ambition will be fulfilled. So, having said this, I also want to add that we are not leaving it here. As I said, the commodity market is just, we are not even scratched on the surface, and there's a huge scope for launching a spot exchanges in this area. And there is hardly any spot exchange. Every gully has got their own rate, if you go for any metals or any other product. So if you have a vibrant spot market, which is not just an auction market, it's much like an equity spot market. So that is our cash markets. It's a continuous trading system. If we introduce it, probably we will be able to establish that price. So in this regard, again, we have entered into an agreement with M-Junction, and M-Junction is the leading auction platform in the country in these areas. So we can launch coal spot exchange is something which we are looking at it, and we will launch a coal spot exchange after preparing the feasibility study and getting necessary approvals. So that is one major development that we are taking it. And here again, the contract specifications will be standardized, and M-Junction has got a huge reach in the physical market, and we have ability to run efficiently the organized trading platforms. So we will be doing that. Now, coming back to our main topic today, the indices, futures on contracts on index futures. We will be launching with sectoral indices of gold to now. On 24th August, the trading will start. I request all the members to help us make it is a success. We have already launched a mock. I am sure many of you are aware of it, and the participation is increasing it. We have also introduced prices also, daily prices, both in the bullion contract as well as in the base metal contract. So I want more and more members and their associate persons to participate actively, authorized persons to participate in the mock and understand how the product works and what are the nuances in this product. Now, when we are launching 24th August, we will be launching only the bullion contracts, and maybe sometime later, maybe in about a month's time, we will be launching base metal index futures also. So these are the two products which we have lined up at this point in time. As I said, there are many other areas where work is going on, and we may also launch electricity futures, which as we go along, again, to be settled maybe on domestic prices, spot exchange prices. So let's see what will keep on unfolding as we go along. And once again, I thank Sabharwal ji and CPA, Narendra Wadhwa ji, Agarwal Sahab and everybody else for giving me an opportunity to speak, address the honorable members and their clients. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Sabharwal ji, unmute, please. Unmute, Sabharwal ji.
I think we can clap for Mr. Reddy so that, yeah. Because we are muted, our clapping don't go there.
Thank you, Mr. Reddy, for giving the total insights that what are all the products you are going to launch in next 3 months, about the information you gave that indices you are launching on 24th August. The mock trading has already started. On behalf of CPI, we assure you that we will not only participate in the mock trading, but our members will largely participate in actual trading also from 24th of August. And a special thanks then when we were discussing about this program with Mr. Rishi Nathani. Originally, the program was to be done with Mr. Rishi only, but we requested you to please join, and you very gladly accepted our request. So thank you for that also. And now to give the detailed information about the new product, which is being launched on 24th August and how the mock trading is going on. And I will request Mr. Rishi Nathani, the Chief Business Officer of MCX. Similarly to the members, he also doesn't require introduction. Almost every member he has visited throughout the country as a Chief Business Officer of the MCX, and prior to that as Chief Business Officers of NCDX, also having more than 25 years of experience in the industry, to give the insights of this index future. Over to you, Mr. Rishi Nathani.
Thank you, Sabharwal ji, and thank you, CPI, for hosting us with this program. Thank you, Narinder Wadhwa ji, Ashok Agarwal ji, and all the office bearers of CPI, all the members here, Reddy Saab, and all the clients of members. It's indeed a pleasure to be here today among all of you, and thank you, Vikram, for consenting to be with us today. I'm sorry, without you, this program wouldn't have been complete. So thank you all for being here. And I can give a perspective from the exchange, but Vikram will give you a very neutral perspective from an end user. And as brokers, you are also end users, but Vikram goes a step ahead. He's a client. He will act as a client. So I think we'll get a very well-rounded perspective from him. So for the benefit of all the clients of our members here today, I'd like to speak a bit about, on a macro level about commodities, and then come down to indices in specific. So in terms of commodities, like ideally commodities as an investment class has been more of an enigma in India. People wonder, why should I invest in commodities? Or can I invest in commodities? How do I go about it? And stuff like that. But the benefits of investing in commodities far outweigh, the effort taken to understand commodities. And commodities are a distinct asset class like any other asset class. And I tell everyone that when you eat a meal, thali, you eat rice, vegetables, everything. So many preparations in your thali. Similarly, in your portfolio, just don't focus on only equities or bonds or real estate. But you also have insurance, you have commodities, you have various other asset classes. So commodities should also be a part of your overall portfolio. And commodities, the beauty of commodities is that, they are tangible products. So like other asset classes which are completely dematerialized and financialized, like equities where the share certificate is destroyed and you only have an electronic balance. The beauty with commodities is you can get the best of both worlds. In the sense, you can have a dematerialized warehouse receipt, so the goods go in the warehouse. Electronic warehouse receipt is created, which can be traded. So in that sense, it is financialized. However, if you're an end user or a producer, you can actually deliver the products into or outside the warehouse. You can take delivery or give delivery. So to that extent, you can also have it as a tangible physical asset. Even if you are an investor and you decide to buy gold on the exchange or silver on the exchange, you can take delivery if you want in physical form, or you can keep it in demat form and accumulate your investments. So at MCX, we have so many contracts suitable for all types of participants. Another beauty about the commodity markets is that while in other markets, you only find investors and issuers, in our markets, you find a lot of people who are actual end users or consumers or producers. So for example, you will find farmers represented through farm produce organizations. You'll find producers, primary metal producers, consumers, primary metal consumers. You'll find exporters, importers, hedgers, local traders. So the overall participant base in the commodity markets is very large. Now, the next question you can ask is that if the participant base is so large, why aren't the commodity markets, trading as much as the equity markets? To which I have a very simple answer. That the equity markets in India are in the electronic form are there from 93, 94. So they are, say, 26 years old. And the commodity markets are there from 2003, 4. So they are just 16 years old. So give us a decade and I'm sure we'll be doing much, much better than what we are doing from today. And what I feel is that it will not be just an arithmetic growth. It will be a geometric growth in the commodity markets going forward, because commodities are the basis of economic activity and they are basis on which nations have been built, wars have been fought. So for any economy like ours, which is growing, we will need the commodities markets to be very robust. And as Reddy ji has also said many times, and I will repeat him, that in commodity markets in India so how can we contribute to building the nation? So the Prime Minister gave the slogan of Make in India. But just making, will it help? You can make a lot of produce, but if you can't sell it at a good price, what is the point? So we make in India, we also price in India, and then we trade in India. So then you have the actual end-to-end benefit of making in India if you have the pricing power and you have the trading power. India today is the largest consumer producer of so many commodities. We should be pricing our goods. That is why we are going that step ahead towards spot exchanges, the step ahead towards getting domestic price discovery and domestic deliveries through India Good Delivery of gold, etc., and accrediting domestic producers for lead and things like that are a step in that direction. Now, coming to our index products, I would like to say that we are having various indices at MCX. So we have we have single commodity indices, which are just representatives. We will not use those single commodity indices to trade. They are representatives for us to do price tracking. Then we have sectoral indices, in which we have MCX iComdex, Bullion Index, and we have the MCX iComdex Metal Index. We have branded all our indices under the MCX iComdex brand. Then we have a composite index, which is an overall index, which comprises of most of the liquid commodities traded on MCX. The base year for our indices are December 31st, 2015, with a base value of 10,000. And we rebalance these indices every year on 1st January. And 3 months before the rebalancing, we tell the market what changes we are going to make so that the market is ready to adjust to these changes. The index is an absolute return index built on the indices. So if I may say that we have the gold future. So let me give you an example. We have the gold future and we have the silver futures. Based on these gold and silver futures, we have the gold index and the silver index, and combining these two indices, we get a sectoral index or the bullion sectoral index. So basically the index futures are a double derivative, because the single commodity futures are the single derivative, the first derivative on the spot, and this is the double derivative. And hopefully going forward, if together we can make this product successful, then hopefully we may also see, who knows, we may also see options on index futures. So that will make it a triple derivative. So we have a lot of scope to go, both in terms of products and participants in the markets. Now, these indices are simple weighted indices where liquidity forms 75% of the weightage and the physical size forms 25%. Now, what we are doing is keeping the lot size very reasonable. So today, if you were to take exposure in 1 kg of gold, that would cost you around 52 lakhs, and say another 30 kgs of silver, that would cost you anywhere around 19-20 lakhs. So basically, you are looking at a 70 lakh exposure, against which today our ICOMDEX indices would be in the range of 7 to 8 lakhs in terms of the lot value. One lot is 50, the size, the tick size is 1 rupee, and the margins will be as applicable under all commodities. Now, one of the key features of these products is that they are cash settled. Now we know that a lot of retail traders and hedgers who do not want to take or give delivery, and brokers on their prop accounts, they like to trade cash settled products because they can hold the contract till end or expiry without worrying about giving and taking delivery. So for that segment of the market, this is an ideal product because it is cash settled. You can have an expiry play. You can and also what we will be doing is that these contracts will be expiring 2 days before the staggered period starts or the delivery period starts. So you do not have to worry about overlapping delivery periods or staggered periods. So the index futures will expire 2 days before the staggered period starts. And the final settlement price will be the VWAP, or the volume weighted average price of the underlying constituents of the index, which is the gold futures and the silver futures, between 4 and 5 p.m. that day. So on expiry day, they will expire at 5 p.m. So now, while we have mentioned that we have not got cross margin benefit, however, I think the product on its own has enough and more merit to attract a lot of interest from members and their clients, because it is a very lucid and simple product. There is no devolvement issues or delivery issues, so it's a simple cash settled product. So it's really a plug and play contract. And for those members who are running algos, maybe you can look at running various strategies, including arbitrage between the underlying. And so I'd like to leave you with that thought that we are launching on 24th August. I request all our members to support us in every way they can in this product, participate wholeheartedly, spread the message across to your clients. And I'd like to dwell upon for a couple of moments on the efforts we have been making and are planning to make to disseminate the knowledge of these indices to all the market participants. Is that we've been sending out WhatsApp messages to all our members every day, and I request you to forward it to your teams, to your clients. You can please forward those WhatsApp messages we've been sending you on the indices. We've been running a quiz contest. I mean, a quiz, not a contest, but a quiz. And the answer to the quiz is inverted at the bottom, so you don't have to wait for the next day. So that also increases knowledge and awareness of the index. We've been running the mock, and we've got prizes for the dealers, and this mock runs till the 20th. So we've got prizes for the dealers every day. So you can encourage your dealers to participate, your authorized persons to participate. So in that, and we have started our media campaign from today. So we've started the web campaign, and from tomorrow you'll be seeing us on television also. So in various ways, we'll be there on all our social media pages. We've been mentioning about this. So you'll be seeing us very strong on social media and electronic media, and a lot of follow-up advertisements will be there across business channels looking at these indices. So there is enough and more awareness we are trying to spread about these index futures. And now the proof of the pudding will be eating it. I hope we've made a great pudding. I hope you like it and eat it as much as you can. So thank you very much, Sabharwal ji. Thank you, Ashok ji and Wadhwa ji. And thank you, Reddy ji, and thanks, Vikram, for joining in today at our request.
Thank you, Rishi Nathani ji, for giving us the insight of the indices future. You were mentioning that you will be giving a lot of advertisement on the social media and on the print media as well as on the TVs also. Let me promise you that the CPI through its members and the networking of the members, we can reach, and not only that, 4 of our executives are on the commodity markets of PhD, SOCHM, FICCI, as well as the CII. So we are in a far better position to use to the end users. So we, on behalf of CPI, promise you that we will be marketing your product without more than any other social media or the visual media. Today, the specialist for the subject on this indices future, we have with us Mr. Vikram Dhawan. He is head of commodities and fund manager, Nippon India Mutual Fund. He has more than 20 years of experience in the global commodities market. And that too with the leading players. He has worked with Bank of Nova Scotia, Canada, with M. Roseland of UK, with Aditya Birla Group, with Vedanta. Basically, he is a graduate engineer and a postgraduate diploma in materials management. Vikram Dhawan.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Wadhwa. Thank you, Mr. Agarwal. Thank you, Mr. Sabharwal. Thank you, Reddy ji and Rishi. Thanks for inviting me today to speak. I think the problem with me is that I'm so passionate about commodities that when I start speaking, I don't stop. So let me know when to stop. Rishi, please prompt me when to stop. So I think, first of all, congratulations to MCX and CPI for promoting this index. And let me give you the the perspective of an investor, especially an institution, how they look at the indices. So first of all, ease of investing. Today we are living in times of Amazon. We all know that we can get that hardware very cheap from Crawford Market, but still we would order from Amazon. Similarly, people, in fact, a lot of shopkeepers in Crawford Market today are on Amazon. So what this index does is, instead of me buying a 1 kg contract of gold and 30 kg contract of silver, I can buy whatever quantity I want. I don't have to worry about the ratio. So that is the ease of investing. And that is the reason why products like gold ETFs have been so successful, because the retail investor used to worry about the ticket size. So an index, the more diversified the index, obviously, bullion index should not have anything beyond gold and silver. You can imagine the ease of investing, which is very appealing for investors and institutions. Now, diversification. As they say, don't put all your eggs in one basket. So I'll tell you something. In past 2 years, my email inbox has been filled with demise of zinc, copper, aluminium. I've got so many analyst reports, I don't want to name them, that ye sab to bas khatam hone wala, bechiye isko. And all I'm seeing for 2 years is whenever these things fall down, they always come back with the same force. So it's very difficult to time the market. It is very difficult to anticipate ki ek cycle mein kaun sa commodity chalega, kaun sa nahi chalega, gold chalega, silver chalega, kab chalega. Very difficult. It's like Nifty. You don't know pharma kab chalega, banking kab chalega. So index takes away that the impossible task of timing the market. So today, if I am bullish on precious metals, I don't know how long, how much the gold will rally, how much the silver will rally. A bullion index, or for that matter, a diversified commodity index, if I am bullish on commodity class, I don't know, whether it will be zinc which will lead the rally, whether it will be silver the next thing, whether it will be nickel, we don't know. Or we can know, but not all the time. Maybe we can get it right once or twice, but we cannot get it all the times. So an index gives us that diversification, the opportunity that even if we get the mix, the mix wrong, at least we will participate in the upside, the secular uptrend. Because every asset class, whether it is equity, bonds, or real estate, or commodities, they move in cycles. The other important aspect is the liquidity. Why I'm saying liquidity is because for that ticket size, so you might find liquidity in gold contract, in a kg contract, or in silver in a 30 kg contract, or maybe copper in a 1-ton contract. But over here, whatever is the unit size that you have of the index, the investor can buy and sell that unit without worrying about too much of a spread. So also, the other two things, the non-deliverable aspect that Mr. Agarwal, I think, also mentioned about it. So investors who want to buy and hold, or rather participate in this commodity cycle or precious metal cycle for a longer time, they ideally may not like to take physical delivery unless there's a very big distortion between the futures and the, it's like there's a very massive contango going on, or a massive yield curve problem in any of the commodities. Until then, no institution is interested to hold physical commodities. It being non-deliverable at least takes out a lot of operational hassles from institutions, especially, or from investors. Even for retail investors also, they it's even if so many people may not have the GST registration also to take physical delivery. If you're investing into physical gold or gold futures, you're allowing them to devolve into physical delivery. The GST thing is not very easy. It's very cumbersome for a retail investor. You may not have the resources and the bandwidth to do it. So this becomes a very good thing, non-deliverable. At the most, your position will be closed at expiry, or you will need to roll over. Also, the blended yield that you get. For instance, take today's example. I'm not watching the market on tick by tick basis, but I think the silver yield, contango is about 10, 12, or 13%, whatever, and gold is almost flat. So if you create so if you're investing into silver, the question you're going to be asked is that, will I make 13% upside on silver from here? It's still already close to 70%. But when you take the blended yield, that would be close to 6-7%, which is fine, because your 10% margin you're paying, 90% you can put it in fixed income, so you will not be that much hurt by the forward curve. So that is what the indices do. They create a blended roll yield, as we call, or a blended contango or a backwardation for you, which unless there is a massive oversupply of all commodities, actually is, the median of that will be much lower than the highest roll yield and the lowest roll yield. So that is a very important aspect, because roll yield can actually damage your returns in the longer period of time. So this is as far as the ease and that as far as the features and attributes of the index is concerned, why we should look at it. Nothing, you should invest in individual commodities also, but I think these are some of the points which probably may sway your opinion depending upon what is the investment objective or trading objective you have. Now, the other question is that, who should look at these indices? Who should look at these, these kind of products, the diversified sort of indices or sectoral indices? Who should look at it? So we all know, as I mentioned, that commodities are cyclical, and it's very difficult to time these markets. So if you're holding a diversified basket, the chances are that even if you get it wrong, at least some commodity will perform in that. It will soften the blow for you. And on the other hand, if you've got the cycle right, then typically in every cycle, majority of commodities will move in one direction. So you will get some upside out of it. One of the other things which is very important, which is very understated in the Indian context, is that we are a commodity deficit country. Although we have a lot of zinc, manganese, bauxite, iron ore, but we don't have, so many strategic commodities. We don't have any gold. Even copper production is very, very small. We have copper refiners and smelters in India, but only Hindustan Copper is the one is a primary producer. Similarly, there is no nickel, there is no gold, there is no silver. Very little we produce. So, most of these metals, like precious metals, are positively correlated to global events, in the sense they are a hedge against disruptions and strains and stresses in the global economy. Whereas some of the other commodities like base metals, they actually give you a participation in the global economy. For instance, if you if you chart the copper prices with the global GDP, there's a very strong correlation. So today it could happen that we may have some more time to go in India with regards to COVID crisis, but whereas countries like China or Germany or even US may bounce back earlier, so you may have a situation in which the global economy bounces back much earlier than when we bounce back. So in that case, these metals, base metals or other energy becomes a very, very important proxy for participating in the global economy. But again, where to invest? Should I buy copper? Should I buy nickel? Should I buy silver? What should I buy? So index, if you're not very sure about it, you can buy an index and participate in the upside. Last but not the least is the rupee hedge. Obviously, at this point of time, when we have close to $500 billion reserves, everybody is saying, we don't need any rupee hedge. Rupee can only appreciate from here. In fact, I have heard so many people say that, it's time to short the dollar and buy the rupee. But I have a very, very sobering statistic which I would like to share with you, that the long-term depreciation of rupee has still been
Mr. Dhawan, I think connectivity is lost.
Seems connectivity is lost.
Yeah. Should I call him?
We have probably lost the connectivity of Vikram. As soon as he will be connected, we will bring him back. Meanwhile, I will request my colleague, Mr. Naveen Mathur, the chairman of CPI Western India, of the Anand Rathi Securities, to say over to you, in Mathur.
Thank you very much, Sabharwal sir. Thank you, Wadhwaji, dignitaries of the CPI Executive Committee, Rishi from the MCX, and Mr. Reddy. I think it's a very, very great initiative of bringing the Bullion Index Futures iComDex on live basis coming Monday. With that particular thought, I am here to congratulate you first of all. I am here to tell you that we have seen the bull run in the last 1 or 2 months, and the last consecutive 8 months have been a superlative performance for the bullion contracts in terms of the price. And at the same time, that has contributed largely to the turnover at the MCX exchange too. So congratulations to the entire MCX team for that hard work and launching this particular bullion index futures. From the intermediary perspective, I feel that as Vikram was also saying, and Ashokji also in his initial remarks said about it, I think it's a beautiful contract. It has a mix of 70% of gold and 30% of silver. Now, if you don't really want to have the exposure of both the contracts separately, you can hedge, or I would say, you can take a view and get into this particular contract, which will give you a flavor of, it's a mocktail, I should say, not the cocktail, but the mocktail of both gold and silver. And therefore, you will be able to run through with the benefits of the two asset classes, which are very critical in any portfolio. We know that the gold and the silver, and particularly gold, being a risk-averse asset class, gets you better risk-adjusted returns. And therefore, buying a 52 lakh contract and paying around 5.5 lakhs worth of the margin, and again, another silver contract of 30 kgs and paying margin again there, you can very well get into this particular contract.
Navinji, I think Mr. Vikram Dhawan has
Yeah,
that's
not
right.
a problem.
Yeah, so Mr. Dhawan, yeah, you can start. Navinji, sorry, I think.
No, it's okay. It's absolutely perfect, Ashok sir. Absolutely perfect.
Let Mr. Dhawan take over. Yeah, Mr. Dhawan,
Yeah.
please continue.
Sorry, sorry.
Mr. Dhawan.
Let Naveen complete.
Sorry? Sabharwalji, you want Naveen to complete first?
Naveen, you can complete and then we'll request.
Okay.
Okay. So I am just making
Mr.
remarks, since Mr. Dhawan is anyway here, that this particular contract, which is at around 8 lakhs or so currently, makes a very good blend for the people to have a flavor of both gold and silver at one point or at one time together. So I think with that particular note, since Mr. Vikram Dhawan is here, we will do our best. We will do whatever is required to be done to inform our clients about the advantages of this particular product. And we will ensure of our participation coming Monday. And we will ensure that whatever best we can do for our participation in this particular contract, we from our group would wholeheartedly support, do all the best. And congratulations once again to Mr. Reddy and the entire team of MCX. Thank you very much. Congratulations, and wishing you all the best for coming Monday when the contract would be launched. Thank you.
Mr. Vikram Dhawan, your connectivity was lost. And when your connectivity was lost, 30 of my colleagues also have opted out, probably thinking that this thing is over. Over to you, Mr. Vikram Dhawan. In next 10 minutes, you can tell about the balance things which you have left out at that time. Mr. Vikram Dhawan.
Mr. Vikram, you were speaking about the dollar, over appreciated or underappreciated, whatever it is.
Right.
That is where we missed the connectivity.
Sure, sir. So yes, so as far as the rupee depreciation is concerned, today we don't appreciate everybody is long rupee in India, whether it's people in stock markets or bonds or real estate, we are all long rupee. There's hardly any avenue to participate in the dollar story. You have LRS, but there's a limitation of $250,000 which you can, again, it's a tedious way to send money abroad, and there are so many restrictions on where you can put money. There's not much appetite for overseas equities also in India, because obviously we are still and understanding our local equities itself is challenging. So you can imagine sitting in India trying to understand the global equities. Again, obviously there are funds which invest, and we also have funds which invest in overseas equities. But commodity is a very, very straightforward dollar play. Unless you get the cycles very, very wrong, you should be able to participate in the rupee dollar depreciation. As I mentioned, in the past 20 years, 30 years, if you look at the long-term depreciation of rupee, it's been somewhere between 3 to 5%. Maybe 3.5% is a better figure. So again, on a 20-year horizon, that becomes 70%. So you need. That is why if you see the long-term returns of most asset classes in India, if you convert them into US dollars, they will not be as impressive as they may look in rupee terms. And that is a very, very, that itself is a very, very limiting factor for investors and traders as far as the global wealth creation. So, I may make 1 crore in rupee, But a crore in rupee 20 years back and crore in rupee now is worth only 30 lakhs in terms of US dollar terms. So this is the kind of damage the currency depreciation can do, not to mention the inflation. So actually, if you see, unless you are very good with your investment, you might actually end up making negative real returns. Real returns means the nominal returns minus inflation returns. If you exclude the inflation and the rupee depreciation from your returns, the picture becomes very actually not very thrilling and not very inspiring. So here is one asset class where you can get a direct rupee dollar play. Tomorrow, even if the commodity prices don't go anywhere, and for some reason the rupee depreciates, you still make money out of it. But again, it's very important to get the cycles right, and that's why perhaps you would need to either understand the commodity cycles. But I think what these indices do, the more diversified they are, the more they give you a chance to avoid the mistakes of cycles. So that is a very important thing which the indices bring to the table. Also, if today the commodity markets are no longer hostage to demand supply pressures of China. In 10-15 years back, it was China demand which used to drive the commodity prices. Today, it is where the technology is going. So today we are talking about a few years back when there was no electric vehicle story. Nickel was only used in the steel industry. So zinc and nickel were all steel industry story. Today, nickel is an electric vehicle story. Now, who could have anticipated a few years back that nickel will become an electric vehicle story? You never know which metal is coming next, which commodity is coming next, or which commodity is going to be in favor or out favor. So unless you have the bandwidth, the resources, some sort of a track record to do that, I would urge investors and traders, and especially the people at retail level, if you really want to dip your toes, as they say, in the commodities, then indices could be a good starting point for you. And as I mentioned, the various factors which make it so easy and user-friendly that you don't have to worry about liquidity, or you don't have to worry about getting deliveries and all. All those things will allay the fears of the retail investors or even the institutional investors who don't have any experience in commodities to begin with it. So I think it's a very big step. It's long overdue, and I feel that let it take whatever time it takes to catch up. I'm not worried about it. But again, I think once the COVID thing settles down, once we go to slightly more normal times, and once the doomsday reports that I get in my inbox reduce, it'll be bright and sunny. You will see the markets rallying. You'll see the commodities rallying. Everything will happen. And, obviously, whether any asset class, whether it is bonds, equities, or commodities, the more diversified you are, the more chance you're giving yourself to create wealth on a sustainable basis with less volatility in your portfolio and return. So with this, I would like to conclude what I have to say about the indices. And if there are any questions, I'll be very happy to answer them. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Mr. Vikram Dhawan. It is really pleasant listening to you. My vice president and other, I'm seeing they are clapping, but because all of them are on mute, so you are not able to listen to their clappings.
Thank you, sir.
And now I request my Chairman North, Mr. Ajay Garg, to say a few words that how we can help out in activating the indices. Over to you, Mr. Ajay Garg, Chairman, CPI North, and the Director of one of the leading broker of commodity in the country, SMC Trade. Mr. Ajay Garg. Prashant, if Ajay ji is not on the line, he was there, I saw a few minutes back.
He's there, so I'm just trying to contact him.
Chaliye, if Ajay ji is not here, I will now request the Chairman of the South, Mr. Akhilesh Agarwal from Acumen Cochin, to say encouraging words to the members that how we can activate the indices. Over to you, Mr. Akhilesh Agarwal, Chairman South and the Director of Acumen Capital, Kochi.
Hi friends, can we all imagine a stock market without the Nifty or the Sensex? It's just unimaginable, right? This is the exact gap that our Indian commodity markets was having. And I must congratulate our Reddy sir, Rishi ji and the entire team who have filled this gap which by launching. Can you hear me? By launching this game changer of an index of the bullion and the base metals index. So congratulations, sir. Good evening to all my fellow panelists and all the participants. As we all know, this is going to be a total game changer in the industry. We get a sense of how the stock markets are by looking at the index. Today, we can get a sense of the bullion prices and the base metal prices at one single glance by just looking at the index, the movement of these indices in the coming future. So in the stock markets, as you all know, some of the largest traded volume contracts are those of the Nifty and the Bank Nifty. And undoubtedly, as my fellow panelists have already mentioned, this hopefully will be a very liquid contract, and we will see the floodgates of large volumes opening up in the commodities market through trading in these indices. You also have a lot of you have many a times you have these the jewelers, the manufacturers, the industrialists who all want to hedge their position. But many cases we see contracts which are not very liquid for the far months. Only near month contracts are liquid. So hopefully these indices will have very liquid far month contracts also. And as a result of which we will see new participation coming in from those people who would like to hedge their positions and utilize the market for their benefit. As you all know, we just heard about the currencies. So there is a big link between the bullion and the currencies, the movement between the bullion and currencies. Our traders, our hedgers, our investors can actually get an indication of the currency markets by following the bullion market indices. Now, bullions have become, the game changer is going to have a multiplier effect once the options get launched. Because as we know, the margins in options, the cost of transaction in options becomes considerably lower. And once the options contract gets launched, the game changer is, I'm sure, going to have a multiplying effect. I would definitely request MCX to ensure that they use whatever means, whether it is market makers or whatever means possible, to ensure that liquidity is there in these contracts. And Reddy sir, Rishiji, I will make her also request. We've got some very large contracts happening, volumes happening in the energy sector, whether it's oil or gas. And I'm sure India will welcome with open arms energy contract coming in the future months. So with these few words, congrats once again and best wishes. Down south, we ensure you that whatever possible from the members of South, we will definitely participate in these contracts in good numbers. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Akhilesh Agarwal. Mr. Ajay Garg was probably on mute and he's back now. And now I request Mr. Ajay Garg, the chairman of CPI North and the director SMC Comtrade, one of the leading brokers of the country in the commodity, to say few words on indices. Over to you, Mr. Ajay Garg.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. First of all, I would like to congratulate Mr. Reddy and MCX for launching this bullion contract, index in bullion contract. And we are very much excited about this contract. I think it would be a game changer. So we have already done 2 seminars along with Mr. Nathani with our investors and our business associates. And even sales team is also very much excited. So we get most of the turnover in equities into Nifty and Bank Nifty. In the same way, we foresee that good turnover is going to be there in the bullion indexes, and the new indexes are also going to come, like in metal and other iCondex index. So very congratulations to the M6 team, and surely it would be a game changer. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ajay Garg. And now I request our past president, Mr. Shivkumar Goyal, to give concluding remarks. Over to you, Mr. Shivkumar Goyal, again one of the leading brokerage firm, Bonanza, and having client network base. Shivkumar Goyal, past president, CPI.
I will like to extend a great congratulations to Mr. P.S. Reddy for launching this excellent product, much needed product by the country. The investors needing it. It is a cash settled product. It is where the investors will not be worried about the delivery. I think it is much needed product. Like we have in the equity market on the Nifty and Bank Nifty. I think it will have a major impact on the volume of the exchanges and the members on the positive side. With the options coming very shortly, it will become better. We will, along with CPI and exchange, we will like to have the cross margining benefit. We have also, we had excellent presentation from Rishi ji and Vikram Dhawan ji. From Vikram Dhawan ji, we have understood how does this indices will help us in hedging against the currency also, and it is also hedging against our main portfolio where we are long in rupee. It is a hedge against the inflation. So as the people learn more and more about it, I think these indices will become very popular and serve the purpose of hedging to our investors. I think we have noted for your scheme coming of LES scheme on the option on gold. So it will become another that will help us in bringing more volume. And I think we are looking for a very warm and good volume from 24th August in these indices. And wishing a great luck together to the MCX and the team and all of members for a great success of this product. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Shivkumar Goyal. And now I am requesting Mr. Kamlesh Shah from Share India Mumbai, one of the leading top desk brokers, not only leading, probably they are the number one. And not only that, one of the HFT leading on it also. I am requesting Mr. Kamlesh Shah to give formal vote of thanks. Mr. Kamlesh Shah, the Vice President, CPI.
Thank you. Reddy sir, Rishi ji, Vikram ji, and all panel members. Thanks for giving your time and explanation in details about introduction of indices in commodities. Congratulations for starting with bullion contract on 24th of August. It will serve as a combo offer at minimum contract size for larger participation. Commodity indices was long awaited product. Thanks for taking initiative. I'm sure that you will show equal amount of grace in waiver of transaction charges till the product is fully developed. We expect in due course of time, we'll have full portfolio of indices, including options on the indices. Today, more than 85% volume of equity derivative market is contributed by indices. India is one of the largest consumer of commodities, including precious metals. Going by the push and the focus of central government for making India and also make for world. So the timing is just perfect. CPI is always with you to see that grand success of indices product. I would like to thank Ashok ji, Sabharwal ji, Wadhwa ji for the initiative and providing opportunity to all the members. My sincere thanks to all the members for participation in large number. Early bird will have distinct advantage and the indices will throw open a door of opportunity for all of us. We wish all the members a very best trading in indices. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.